I've spoken about each of the 7 qualities of attention individually, but sometimes understanding doesn't come from another explanation. Sometimes we need to be able to see how all the pieces relate to one another, so I created this visual representation of the Damselfly Path. Imagine that the luminous sphere in the center holds one experience from your life. It could be a decision you're trying to make, a relationship you're navigating, a challenge at work, a recurring conflict, or a transition you're moving through. The experience remains at the center. Surrounding it are the 7 lenses, or the 7 qualities of attention. The experience doesn't change. What changes is the quality of attention we bring to it, and therefore what we are able to see. The damselfly, like its close relative the dragonfly, has extraordinary compound vision. Its eyes gather visual information through many individual units, each oriented slightly differently. Together they contribute to a much broader field of view. That is the analogy at the heart of this visual, not that our minds work exactly like the eye of a damselfly. But that one angle can never give us the whole picture. Each lens can reveal something real and important about an experience. But no single lens reveals everything, so let's look through them one at a time. When we look through reactive attention, we become aware of our immediate emotional and physiological responses. What is being activated within me? Where do I feel tension, urgency, or resistance? What impulse is arising? What am I feeling before I have had time to explain or manage it? Reactive attention gives us our first signals. Those signals matter, but they are not necessarily the whole truth of the experience. They are information. Emerging attention allows the patterns beneath those immediate responses to become more visible. What familiar belief, habit, or story is being activated here? Have I felt this before? Do I respond this way in similar situations? Is something from my past influencing what I believe is happening now? Emerging attention helps us recognize that what feels like a completely new experience may also contain something familiar. Reflective attention reveals what the experience may be inviting us to learn or develop. Is there something I don't yet understand? Is there a practical, emotional, or relational capacity I need to strengthen? Perhaps the experience is asking me to communicate differently, tolerate uncertainty, establish clearer boundaries, or learn something I have not yet had to learn. Reflective attention helps us see that an experience may be more than a problem to solve. It may also be an opportunity to develop. Compassionate attention helps us recognize where our conclusions may have become too narrow, too certain, or too quick. What have I already decided about myself, another person, or the situation? What context might I be missing? What else could be true? This doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior or abandoning accountability. It means widening our understanding enough to include complexity, context, and our shared humanity. Self-led attention brings us back to what matters most. What are my values within this experience? What choices are genuinely available to me? What responsibility belongs to me, and how do I want to respond? This lens helps us move from simply reacting to consciously choosing. We may not be able to control the experience or its outcome, but we can become clearer about how we want to participate in it. Flowing attention reveals where our energy and resources are going and what that investment is actually producing. Where am I placing my time, attention, emotional energy, or effort? Is that energy creating the result I want, or is it circulating without changing anything? This lens also asks us to discern what is truly ours to carry, what is shared, and what may never have belonged to us in the first place. Embodied attention reveals the actual woman who is present within the experience. What strengths and capacities do I bring? Where does my capacity become limited? And how are those strengths and limits working together? A strength can support us, but it can also be overused. A limitation does not make us inadequate, but it may influence how we participate. Embodied attention asks us to see ourselves honestly, not as we wish we were, but as we actually are within this experience. When we bring the 7 images back together, notice that the experience at the center has remained the same. What changed was the lens. Each lens illuminated a different dimension. Each offered information the others could not provide on their own. The purpose of the Damselfly Path isn't to find the one correct lens. It is to move around an experience with enough curiosity and attention that a fuller picture can emerge. Because our first answer may be honest and still incomplete. Our first interpretation may contain truth and still not contain the whole truth. These lenses help us pause, widen our perspective, and understand more fully before deciding how we want to move forward. Think about an experience you are navigating right now. Which lens do you naturally use first? And which lens might allow you to see something you haven't yet allowed yourself to see? I'd love to hear which of the 7 lenses you are most interested in exploring.